Hello, and welcome to another episode of A Spoonful of Species, your go-to place for conservation through baking. My name is Caitlin, and I am an interpretive naturalist and avid baker with years of experience educating the public about animals both aquatic and terrestrial. Each week, we will bake an animal-themed dessert and talk about the conservation for that animal. This week, we'll be baking a butterfly tart and discussing all things butterfly. So, while many people know what butterflies are, and some people love them, like my grandmother, and some people hate them and are afraid of them, I've been told that it's their fluttery wings that really freak people out. But whether or not you love or hate butterflies, they are critical to their environment, and they are really interesting creatures. So today we're going to talk just a little bit about their conservation and what you can do to help them in your own backyard, even if you have to do so from a distance. Butterflies are beautiful animals with fluttering wings, and they come from caterpillars. So when caterpillars want to become a butterfly, they will eat and eat, much like we often do. And when they're nice and full and ready, they will turn upside down and will either create a cocoon or molt into a chrysalis, where they will then break down into complete goo. That's right, absolute goo. They become a liquid, and this liquid retains a couple of cell clusters that will later on be the butterfly's memory of things like what pollen or what flowers they really like to eat. And slowly this goo starts becoming more and more butterfly-like until it reaches big and strong enough butterfly to break its way out of that cocoon. Once it's out of the cocoon, it does have to rest its wings for a little while, so it'll spread them out in the sun and just kind of wait for them to dry, because when they're first hatched, I guess, out of the cocoon, their wings are actually really delicate, really soft, and a little wet. And so once the butterfly's wings have dried off in the sun at their most vulnerable state, they will then flutter away to become the butterflies that you and I know and hopefully love. To make your butterfly fruit tart, first, for the tart shell, you will need 3 1/3 cups of flour, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 16 tablespoons of butter, 6 egg yolks, 1 2/3 cup of powdered sugar, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla. To make the crust, add your cubed butter, salt, and vanilla in a stand mixer and mix until light and fluffy. Add the egg yolks and the powdered sugar and mix until incorporated. Add the flour and mix for about a minute. Roll out into about 3 millimeter or 1/8 inch thickness and chill for 1 hour. After chilling, place in a tart pan and mold to the edges. There's no need to grease the pan. Freeze for about 30 minutes and then bake at 320 degrees Fahrenheit for 12 to 15 minutes. Butterflies are also extremely diverse, with 15 to 20,000 different species. Some of them, like the monarch butterfly, can fly over 3,000 miles during their migration, which can last several different generations of butterflies. And some, like the Queen Alexandria's birdwing, can be over a foot in length. As you can see, they are incredibly diverse animals with incredibly diverse habitats and living situations. To make your pastry cream, you will need 2 cups of heavy cream, 1 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla, 6 egg yolks, 2/3 cup of sugar, 1/4 cup of cornstarch, and 1 tablespoon of cold butter. To make the cream, heat milk and vanilla and boil, then turn off and let set for about 15 minutes. After 15 minutes, whisk the egg yolks and sugar together until light and fluffy. Add the cornstarch and whisk until smooth, and then add that boiled milk mixture about 1/4 at a time until incorporated. Pour mixture through a strainer back into the saucepan and cook over a medium-high heat, whisking constantly until just boiling. Remove from heat and stir in your butter. Let cool with plastic wrap touching the top to avoid a film for about 2 hours in the refrigerator. After chilling, whisk and pour into tart crust. To make your fruit glaze, you'll need 1 tablespoon of water, 1 tablespoon of clear alcohol, 1/2 cup of jam, and the fruit for assembly, approximately 3 cups of fruit. Warm syrup ingredients in your pan. Brush over your cut fruit and assemble over a set tart. Some butterflies also do something called puddling, which is a little bit gross. Just like it sounds, they will land in puddles of things and consume part of that puddle to help increase the nutrient intake that they need. So maybe they can't get all the nutrients that they need from places like their nectar from flowers, and so instead they choose mud puddles or maybe dung or even blood. Yes, you heard that right. Some butterflies do drink blood. So they're really awesome animals, or insects. And even with so many differences, butterflies do share one thing, and that's a risk of extinction. But they are being harmed around the world. And so there are so many things that we can do to help butterfly species, but I'm just going to give you my favorite and the ones that are most easy for you to do wherever you are. So number 1, start local. Do some research, see what butterflies are found around your area and what kind of plants they like, and then plant those plants for them. Even just putting out a butterfly feeder on your patio or balcony could really make a difference for these animals, especially ones that require certain food or certain plants for food. Get involved in citizen science. So observe the butterflies when you do see them. Don't just say, ooh, that's pretty, but make a note of it. You can use iNaturalist, that's a big deal, where they have all kinds of butterfly trackers. So iNaturalist.org, you can get involved in so many projects, not just butterflies, but they do have specific butterfly related projects, so go find them and participate and enjoy watching those awesome butterflies, and who knows, maybe you'll get a chance to see one of them puddling. Thanks for joining me for another episode of A Spoonful of Species, where we tackle conservation one bite at a time. If you like what you saw, subscribe so that you can see it every week. Have a great day.